Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series. Today's episode is pure excitement for every coin lover, treasure hunter, and history fan out there. Imagine pulling a simple nickel from your pocket and discovering it could tell a powerful American story, and maybe even be worth far more than 5 cents. In the next few minutes, we're diving into 3 fascinating Monticello Jefferson nickels that collectors quietly chase, uncovering their history, design secrets, hidden value, rare errors, and why smart collectors never ignore these everyday coins. Buckle up, because what looks ordinary may be extraordinary. 1977 Monticello Jefferson Nickel coin without mint mark and fine condition. The 1977 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark represents a classic era of American coinage when billions of nickels circulated through everyday life, quietly shaping commerce while preserving national heritage. When you hold a 1977 nickel, you're touching a piece of late 1970s America, a time of economic change, inflation concerns, rising metal prices, and shifting collecting habits. The Jefferson nickel design itself had already been in circulation for nearly 4 decades by 1977, having debuted in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential founding fathers of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks on most coins during this era. Philadelphia served as the backbone of U.S. coin production, delivering massive quantities of circulating coinage to meet public demand. In 1977 alone, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 468 million Jefferson nickels. While this number may seem enormous, survival in truly clean fine condition becomes increasingly difficult decades later due to wear, corrosion, mishandling, and loss. The obverse design features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, sculpted by Felix Schlag. Jefferson's hair detail, facial contours, and collar lines are subtle indicators of strike quality and wear. In fine condition, the major facial features remain visible, though some blending may occur in the hair and cheek area. The inscription, "In God We Trust," appears to the left of Jefferson, while Liberty and the date, 1977, appear to the right. A fine grade still preserves legible lettering and recognizable detail, making the coin visually appealing while reflecting honest circulation history. On the reverse side sits the iconic Monticello estate, Jefferson's Virginia home and architectural masterpiece. The building's dome, columns, steps, and windows showcase neoclassical elegance. The inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America frame the image. In fine condition, the steps may show moderate wear but remain visible, and the building's outline stays strong enough for clear identification. Step detail matters greatly in Jefferson nickel collecting, especially for collectors who seek full steps examples in higher grades, though fine examples focus more on historical charm and affordability. The composition of the 1977 nickel remains the standard alloy introduced during World War II, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This durable composition contributes to the coin's longevity and resistance to corrosion, which is why many examples still exist decades later. However, environmental exposure, pocket friction, and improper storage can still damage surfaces over time. From a market value standpoint, a 1977 Philadelphia nickel in fine condition typically trades slightly above face value, often ranging from 10 to 25 cents depending on eye appeal, surface cleanliness, and demand. While this might not seem dramatic, collectors value these coins for completing date sets, teaching beginners grading skills, and preserving circulating history. Bulk lots of circulated nickels often contain examples like this, making them excellent entry points for new collectors. Where this coin becomes truly interesting is in the realm of errors and varieties. Though no major double die varieties dominate the 1977 nickel market, minor die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, and weak strikes occasionally appear. A dramatic off-center strike or clipped planchet can elevate value significantly, sometimes into the $20 to $100 range depending on severity and eye appeal. Collectors actively hunt rolls of nickels from estate collections and bank boxes in hopes of discovering such anomalies. Another area of collector interest involves strike quality. Some 1977 nickels show weak Monticello step definition due to worn dies and high-speed production pressures. While full steps examples are rare in this year, even partially strong step detail can attract specialists. Fine condition examples with unusually crisp details sometimes command a premium over average circulated coins. Historical context adds emotional weight to this coin. In 1977, the United States was navigating post-Vietnam recovery, energy concerns, and economic uncertainty. Coins circulated heavily as Americans relied on cash for daily transactions. Each surviving nickel today may have passed through countless hands: grocery stores, gas stations, arcades, toll booths, and pocket change jars. That invisible journey gives every circulated coin a quiet story. Collector interest in circulated Jefferson nickels has grown steadily in recent years. Many collectors enjoy assembling affordable full-date runs from circulation, appreciating the subtle design differences and minting characteristics over decades. The 1977 Philadelphia nickel fits perfectly into these collections, offering historical continuity and educational value. Long-term investment potential for common-date circulated nickels remains modest. However, rising metal costs, shrinking circulation usage, and increasing collector participation continue to support gradual appreciation. Coins preserved in attractive fine condition, free from heavy corrosion or damage, tend to hold liquidity and remain easy to sell or trade. Storage matters for preserving value. Even circulated nickels benefit from dry storage, non-PVC holders, and minimal handling. Oils from fingers can accelerate toning and spotting. Collectors who properly store their coins often enjoy better resale value and longer preservation. In summary, the 1977 Monticello Jefferson Nickel, without mint mark and fine condition, may not be a headline rarity, but it represents accessible American numismatic heritage. It embodies durability, everyday history, and collecting tradition. Its value lies not only in price, but in connection to a tangible era of American life and the joy of collecting. 1984 Monticello Jefferson Nickel coin with mint mark P and fine condition. The 1984 Monticello Jefferson Nickel with a P mint mark marks an important transitional period in U.S. coinage history. Beginning in 1980, the Philadelphia Mint resumed placing the P mint mark on most circulating coins, making 1984 an early year where collectors could clearly identify Philadelphia minted nickels. This small letter carries meaningful significance for collectors because it helps track production origins, minting quality, and die characteristics. In 1984, the U.S. economy was experiencing renewed growth after early 1980s recession pressures. Coin production ramped up as consumer spending increased, and vending machines, parking meters, and cash transactions remained dominant. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 1.2 billion Jefferson nickels in 1984, making it one of the highest mintage years in the series. Despite the massive production, finding attractive fine examples decades later still requires careful searching, as many coins suffered heavy wear, scratches, and environmental exposure. The obverse portrait of Thomas Jefferson remains the familiar Felix Schlag design. By 1984, minting technology had improved somewhat, though high-speed presses still cause strike variability. In fine condition, Jefferson's facial outline remains clear, with visible eye shape, nose bridge, and jawline. The hair shows moderate blending, and the collar line remains identifiable. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1984, remain crisp and readable, contributing to strong eye appeal. The reverse showcases Monticello in its enduring architectural beauty. In fine condition, the central dome and columns remain distinct, while the steps show partial wear. The inscriptions remain legible, maintaining balance and symmetry. Collectors often evaluate the sharpness of Monticello's steps even on circulated examples, as stronger detail can increase desirability. The composition remains 75% copper and 25% nickel, ensuring consistent weight and durability. These coins resist corrosion better than many older copper-based coins, though they still require proper storage to prevent spotting and discoloration. Market value for a 1984 P nickel in fine condition typically ranges from 10 to 30 cents, depending on overall eye appeal and local demand. While common, these coins remain popular for collectors building date and mint sets. The presence of the P mint mark adds educational value for beginners learning about mint identification. What truly elevates collector interest in the 1984 P nickel is the variety and error market. Several notable errors have been documented, including off-center strikes, broad strikes, die clashes, struck through debris, and clipped planchets. Off-center strikes can command values from $30 to several $100s, depending on percentage off-center and whether the date remains visible. Broad strikes often sell in the $15 to $60 range, depending on condition. One particularly interesting variety involves die deterioration doubling and machine doubling on lettering. While these are not true double dies, they still attract curiosity among variety collectors. Genuine double die varieties are scarce, but not impossible to discover, making roll searching exciting. Another collector fascination involves strike quality. Because of high-speed production, many 1984 P nickels exhibit weak strikes, especially on Monticello steps. Examples with unusually strong step detail may command premiums, even in circulated grades, as they demonstrate superior die condition. The historical context of the 1980s adds cultural appeal. Coins from this era circulated during the rise of personal computing, arcade gaming, shopping malls, and changing American lifestyles. Every circulated nickel potentially traveled through hands at movie theaters, soda machines, record stores, and school cafeterias, silently witnessing everyday life. Collector interest remains steady because 1984 P nickels are ideal teaching tools for grading, error hunting, and understanding mint marks. Many collectors enjoy assembling complete Jefferson nickel albums, and this date fills an essential slot. Bulk roll hunting remains popular because errors occasionally surface. Long-term value appreciation remains moderate but stable. While common date circulated nickels rarely skyrocket in value, consistent collector demand, metal price stability, and shrinking circulation numbers help preserve value. Coins with attractive surfaces, minimal corrosion, and clean rims tend to sell more easily. Proper storage helps preserve even low-value coins. Using non-PVC holders, avoiding humidity, and minimizing handling maintains surface quality. Light toning can enhance character, but heavy spotting or corrosion reduces appeal. The 1984 P nickel also benefits from being part of a transitional era when mint marks returned to Philadelphia coinage, making it historically relevant for mint identification collectors. In summary, the 1984 Monticello Jefferson Nickel with mint mark P in fine condition stands as a high mintage, yet historically meaningful coin. It combines educational value, error hunting potential, and accessible affordability, making it a favorite among beginners and seasoned collectors alike. Its charm lies in its connection to everyday American life and its role in preserving minting history. 1986 Monticello Jefferson Nickel coin with mint mark P in fine condition. The 1986 Monticello Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark represents a fascinating chapter in modern American coinage, blending high-volume production with subtle variations that continue to attract collectors today. By the mid-1980s, the United States Mint had refined its production processes to meet the demands of a growing economy driven by consumer spending, vending machines, public transportation systems, and cash-based transactions. Nickels remained one of the most heavily used coins in circulation, and the Philadelphia Mint played a major role in keeping the nation supplied with this essential denomination. The P mint mark on the 1986 nickel identifies it as being struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a tradition that resumed in 1980 after decades of absence on most Philadelphia coinage. This mint mark helps collectors track production trends, die quality, and strike characteristics across different facilities. In 1986, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1.28 billion Jefferson nickels, making it one of the highest mintage years in the entire series. While such a large mintage suggests abundance, survival in attractive fine condition still requires careful searching because decades of circulation expose coins to wear, scratches, environmental damage, and mishandling. The obverse design features the enduring left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson created by sculptor Felix Schlag. Jefferson's likeness is dignified and classical, reflecting his status as a statesman, philosopher, and third President of the United States. In fine condition, the major design elements remain clearly visible. The outline of Jefferson's face is strong, with discernible nose, lips, and chin contours. The hair detail shows moderate smoothing, particularly above the ear and along the temple, yet the overall portrait remains sharp enough to retain character and visual appeal. The inscriptions "In God We Trust" appear along the left rim, while "Liberty" and the date, 1986, appear on the right. In fine grade examples, these inscriptions remain fully legible and evenly spaced, contributing to balanced eye appeal. The reverse of the coin displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Charlottesville, Virginia. This iconic building symbolizes Jefferson's architectural vision and intellectual legacy. Monticello's dome, columns, and symmetrical design reflect classical European influences adapted to early American ideals. In fine condition, the main architectural elements remain identifiable, though finer details such as window lines and step definition may show moderate wear. The inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum" above the building, "Monticello" below, 5 cents, and "United States of America" remain crisp enough to read easily. The steps beneath Monticello receive special attention from collectors, as sharper steps often indicate a stronger strike. While full steps examples are uncommon in circulated grades, a fine coin with partial step visibility can still attract added interest. The composition of the 1986 nickel remains consistent with modern Jefferson nickels, 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy provides durability and resistance to corrosion, allowing many examples to survive decades of circulation with minimal structural damage. The coin weighs 5 grams and measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, maintaining continuity across the series for vending machine compatibility and public familiarity. From a market value perspective, a 1986 P. Jefferson nickel in fine condition generally trades slightly above face value, often in the range of 10 to 35 cents, depending on overall eye appeal, surface preservation, and local demand. While not considered rare, these coins are actively collected by individuals completing date and mint sets, educational collections, and roll hunting projects. Bulk lots of circulated nickels frequently include this date, making it accessible for beginners and budget-conscious collectors. The real excitement surrounding the 1986 P nickel often lies in the search for mint errors and striking anomalies. Due to the extremely high production volume and rapid minting speeds, occasional errors escaped quality control. Off-center strikes are among the most sought-after errors and can dramatically increase a coin's value. A moderately off-center 1986 P nickel with the date visible can command prices ranging from $40 to over $200, depending on eye appeal and percentage off-center. Broad strikes, where the coin spreads beyond the collar during striking, are also encountered and typically sell for $15 to $75 depending on condition and visual impact. Clipped planchets represent another intriguing error category. These occur when the metal strip is improperly fed into the blanking press, resulting in a missing curved or straight section of the coin. Authentic clipped planchets often show metal flow distortion near the clip and are popular among error collectors. Values can range from $25 to $150 depending on size and preservation. Struck-through errors, where debris interferes with the strike, can create unique surface impressions and command collector premiums. Die-related varieties also exist within the 1986 P issue. Die cracks, die chips, and die deterioration doubling may appear on letters or along the rim. While these varieties are generally modest in value, they attract specialists who enjoy cataloging and studying die states. Machine doubling on lettering is occasionally observed, but does not typically command high premiums unless visually dramatic. Strike quality remains an area of collector focus. Because of the immense production volume, many 1986 P nickels exhibit weak strikes, especially on Monticello's steps and fine architectural lines. Coins showing above-average detail, even in fine condition, may attract stronger interest. Collectors often compare multiple examples to identify sharper strikes, adding an element of challenge and enjoyment to the hobby. The historical context of 1986 adds cultural richness to this coin. America in the mid-1980s was experiencing technological growth, expanding entertainment industries, and increased consumer confidence. Personal computers were becoming more common in homes and offices, cable television was reshaping media, and shopping malls dominated retail culture. Coins circulated through arcade machines, public transit systems, fast food counters, and countless everyday transactions. Each surviving nickel carries invisible stories of daily life, making circulated examples especially nostalgic and meaningful. Collector interest in modern Jefferson nickels continues to grow as more people discover the educational and affordable nature of the series. The 1986 P nickel serves as an excellent teaching tool for grading skills, mint mark identification, and error detection. Many collectors enjoy searching bank rolls for varieties and assembling complete albums that showcase decades of American coinage history. Long-term investment potential for common-date circulated nickels remains stable rather than speculative. While dramatic price increases are unlikely, steady collector demand and shrinking circulation numbers help preserve liquidity and modest appreciation. Coins with clean surfaces, minimal corrosion, and strong eye appeal tend to maintain better resale potential. Proper storage remains essential for preserving even low-value coins. Keeping nickels in dry environments, using non-PVC holders, and minimizing direct handling can prevent spotting, discoloration, and surface damage. Some collectors enjoy light natural toning, which can add character and aesthetic charm, though excessive toning or corrosion reduces desirability. The 1986 P. Jefferson nickel also holds significance as part of a high mintage era that demonstrates the efficiency and scale of modern U.S. mint operations. Studying coins from this period helps collectors understand production trends, die wear patterns, and quality control challenges faced by large-scale mints. In closing, the 1986 Monticello Jefferson Nickel with mint mark P in fine condition may appear ordinary at first glance, yet it offers rich historical context, educational value, error hunting excitement, and accessible collectability. It stands as a durable reminder of everyday American commerce and the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson. For collectors of all levels, this coin represents the joy of discovery and the timeless appeal of numismatics, proving that even the most common coins can carry remarkable stories. If you enjoyed exploring these fascinating Jefferson nickels and uncovering the hidden stories behind everyday coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Coins Numismatic Series for more deep dives into the world of valuable pocket change and historic treasures. Happy collecting and keep searching. Your next great discovery might already be in your pocket.